Minnesota Vikings cornerbacks have been among the worst in the NFL, but you're starting to see a turnaround on Sunday when they had their best game of the season against young rising star Deshaun Watson, even though Bill O'Brien, in all of his infinite wisdom, just awesome, right? They only had 4 dressed on Sunday due to injuries to Mike Hughes as well as Chris Boyd missing with the hamstring. So they had Cameron Tiny Dantzler, rookie third-round pick, back from the rib injury. Jeff Gladney, first-round pick coming out of TCU. Holton Hill, as well as fifth-round pick Harrison Hand coming out of Temple. That was it. So right away, it was like the second play of the game. Cameron Dantzler tackles David Johnson, and then he goes in the medical tent. You're like, great. 3 cornerbacks. George Aloka is going to have to play a lot more, and this was even before the Harrison Smith ejection. So we're like, great. Yeah, here we go again. But overall, they fared well. Cameron Dantzler came back, and he put up a pretty strong game, 60.2 overall PFF grade. Did allow 3 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown to Will Fuller on 5 targets. But the coverage was there. Just like week 1, which was the last game that he played before he missed 2 with the ribs, even though he was burned in coverage by Alan Lazard and MVS and Devontae Adams, blah, blah, blah. There is a big, big difference between completely toasted burnt coverage and good coverage, and then you just get beat by a damn good throw and a damn good catch. Sometimes that happens, especially with all of these rules that are being relaxed or enhanced to favor the offense. The fact that it's really... It was almost impossible to play NFL cornerback in the first place, and now it is just nearly just hang on, right? That's about it. Dantzler is absolutely a stud in run support. Like, for what we loved about Trey Waynes coming up and helping out along the line of scrimmage against the run, I mean, that's what Dantzler does as well. Plus, he's way more physical than his weight suggests. Does not get washed out against big receivers. So that battle with DK Metcalf coming up Sunday night is going to be legendary. It's going to be great. As well as the other rookie, so Jeff Gladney. By the way, the other first-round pick, that guy, had his best PFF grade of his career qualifying at 69.9 PFF coverage grade, was 9th best in the NFL for week 4, which is #nice. Plus Gladney, who... baptism by fire. He only played 9 snaps against the Packers. It's whatever. And then had his baptism by fire with Dantzler out against the Colts. Just cooked. Mo Haley, Cox, T.Y. Hilton. What was going on? And then against the Titans, he got burned multiple times by something called Khalif Raymond, which is just awesome. Cool. But what I love about him is that he has the perfect attitude for a cornerback, where you need to have a short-term memory. You need to be like Dory from Finding Dory out there. Beat me 9 times, score on me 9 times. I will beat your ass a 10th time because I do not care. I will come back. And also, you just love the body language, the way he carries himself. He never slumps his shoulders. He never gets down on himself. He's always like, all right, so this play didn't work, this play didn't work, this play didn't work, this play at the end, I can make this play. I'm going to make this play. Let's go. So it's going to be absolutely fun watching that speed up against Tyler Lockett Sunday night. So again, DK, Tyler Lockett, great receivers. Not the best wide receiver duo in the NFL, though, because that goes to Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson, who are better than Devon Adams, by the way. But them against the rookies, Cameron Dantzler and Jeff Gladney. Woo! Let's go. Can it be Sunday night already? Come on. Holton Hill. So Holton Hill had himself a day. So technically, he gave up 1 catch for 10 yards on 5 targets. Did have 2 penalties. PFF grade was a 58.8, one of his better games of the season. Also, he got credit for a pass breakup on Will Fuller on that final play where Fuller dropped it. So we've rewatched it several times. And yeah, you could say that Holton Hill's hands are in there, except he never touches the ball. He never impacts Fuller's arm. So Fuller just straight up dropped it. But Holton Hill was there. Sure, whatever. Plus, I know that everyone and their mom is still harping on George Aloka, and PFF dinged Aloka on this play as well on the Kenny Stills touchdown with 5 minutes left when the Vikings were in cover 2. But the dead zone is Holton Hill's responsibility. The dead zone against cover 2 is always those top corners. And it's Holton's responsibility when Aloka is being preoccupied in the deep middle with Will Fuller that when there's no one in your flat zone, in cover 2, corners are taught to run with the threat. And Stills was the threat there instead of passing him off to the safety who was already engaged, because you can already see that because you're facing the center of the field. And especially if the zone is empty, and especially if it's 4th and 10. right? So even though by the letter of the law, sure, Holton Hill did fine there, but nah, he still should have ran with Stills, but I digress there. Again, so what changed? Zimmer and Durante Jones out there chewing asses, looking at some tape and improving technique and trying to get better at spots. Yeah, I'm sure that's part of it. As well as Zimmer and the Vikings are getting some semblance of a pass rush. Finally starting to click. Yannick Ngakoue had a sack for his third straight game. Also, the Vikings racked up 15 pressures and 2 sacks, both season high for the purple. So they're starting to get a little bit of pass rush, which is going to make things a lot easier on the back end for the cornerbacks, as well as Zimmer, as you saw on Sunday, is starting to ramp up the aggression. He's letting the cornerbacks press more as opposed to just sitting off 7, 8, 9, 10 yards off the line of scrimmage, which is crap. Plus more usage of the double A-gap look, which made him so famous here with the Vikings early on. Also, they're using that in a lot of high-leverage spots, so it's keeping the offensive line guessing. Protections have to shift on the fly, and they have to guess who's coming, who's not. So the Vikings are starting to manufacture some pressure, making things easier for the cornerbacks on the back end. And also, they had, by the way, this is important. So the cornerbacks had this good of a game even without Harrison Smith for the second half of the game. Even though they were picking on George Aloka, it was open season to a degree, but the Vikings cornerbacks did step up. Even in the absence of the best safety in the NFL. So I think things are starting to look up, especially with Dantzler and Gladney starting for a damn reason. Holton Hill de facto got benched. He did come into nickel situations. Gladney kicked into the slot. But it's going to be Dantzler. It's going to be Gladney as your starting cornerbacks, and I love it because that's what it's going to be going forward. And I think that's what it could be for the foreseeable future as they get more and more experience. You're going to see 27 and 20 just really starting to grow together and become one of the better cornerback duos in the NFL. They're starting to get together just in time for the aforementioned Seattle with DK and Lockett. Big-time test, big-time game, but it does seem like the Vikings cornerbacks are getting unterrible at the exact right time. But your thoughts? Vikings cornerbacks having the best game of their season? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support that work, post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.